bu ne yelloo na ndox mu set te ndox mu set dafa bokk ci dundi doomu aadama te biir kat amul seetu waral na lépp lu fay dugg dafa war a doon li nga xamante ne ni lu indil doomu aadama bi loraange ci wàllu wérgu yaram. One Stop Water Solution Limited ñu ngi fii ci biir réew taxaw temm fexe pour gis ne doomu aadama bu ne di nga naan ndox moo xamante ne ni ndox mu sell te wóor la ndax indil nañ leen ay xeetu filtres yi nga xamante ne ni mun ngeen koy jëfandikoo ci seeni pompe yi ci biir réew moo xam booxool ngay jëfandikoo wala pompe nawek yi ne bépp xeetu filtre bi nga xamante ne ni dina la indil wérgu yaram musal la ci loraange amal nañ leen ko ci biir réew am nañ 10-inch filter set of 3 bii nag ñett lay àndal bu ci ne ak li muy liggéey bokk na ci 5 micron pp sediment filter bii nag mooy segg ndox mi ba mu set génne fa lépp li nga xamante ne ni warta ànd ak ndox moomu bala nga koy jëfandikoo gak granule carbon filter bii nag mooy segg génne lépp lu xeetoog chemical ak organique yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo nekk ci biir ndox mi sellal ndox mi ba waral mu soppi li nga xamante ne moom la ndox mi di saf mu soppi cafin gi def ko ndox mu sell te óor CTO block carbon filter bii nag du yem rek ci segg ndox mi sellal ko ba mu sell waaye nag daf koy yokk ay ngéneel yi nga xamante ne ni day baax ci wérgu yaramu doomu aadama bi dëgëral waaye tamit yàggal lool sa yuur wi am nañ tamit 12-inch filter set of 3 boobu it liggéey bu nu mel lay def ñetti filter yépp benn bu ne ak lu muy liggéey am nañ 10-inch post carbon 10-inch coconut carbon 75 GPD pure one membrane bi amal nañ leen bépp xeetu water tank tàmbalee ko ci 500 litres 5000 ba ci 1000 litres ak plumbing fittings kon nag mbokk yi bu ngeen buggee naan ndex yu sell te wóor seeti leen One Stop Water Solution Limited suñu makkaan bu mag baa nga foofa ca Sukuta Highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala nga call ñu ci 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Solution Limited ndox mu set mooy yàggal dund doomu
Novelas ma gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet ji ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaaba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex Almadina boo ko pompe xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas baxuur bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex.
Good morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am your host, Jennifer Sonko, joined by my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Balde.
Yeah, Jay, it's good to be back. It's another Monday. It's another week. I mean, it's a fresh morning, Jennifer.
Nice tie, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You know, I like mixing colors. I said to myself, this is black. Why not I put on a red tie?
A red tie,
but
right?
Not only
with a pop of white.
Yes. So
okay.
I like that. I like a little bit of those things to me.
So how was your weekend?
I had a great weekend. I spent the whole weekend at home with the family. Although I came to work on Saturday evening, but I was from there. I was at home the whole day, taking care of the children.
Yeah, that's
good. Especially the younger one, the last born. He is used to me, so I like taking care of him.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was quite normal. On Saturday, I had a late coverage, so I went for that because I didn't actually do youth dialogue, so I had a late coverage, went for that. That was the launching of the Memory House. And from there, I went to Barhama's concert. I'm not a concert person. So with the people that I went with, I was like, what time are we going home? What time are we going home? You know, so that was it. And then the entire Saturday, I used it to like relax and recover because I know I'll have a busy week. We're joined by Adedrami. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure, as always. And I'm just listening to you people and I'm thinking, what's this thing called a weekend? I've heard of it.
But at least we have a day, which is on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, Sunday.
That day.
You know, sometimes I keep telling myself, Mr. Ade doesn't have you know, a free time.
Yeah, he's always busy with work on all of that.
Yes, and I think I should apologize on air to one of our regional correspondents who sent me a story and wanted me to edit yesterday.
Oh.
I shouted at him.
What was he thinking?
Apologies
if you're watching.
But normally I do. I do edit them, sometimes 3 or 4 stories on a Sunday, so I don't really have a day off as such. But yesterday I wasn't in the best mood. My team were beaten 5-0, I won't mention the name, and he called just after the 5th goal went in. So I just said to him, look, it's Sunday, give me time. So
give
apologies.
Me some time, right? So so today we have the African proverb, we have the newspaper review already. We introduced our guest for today, Ade Jame. He will help us analyze some of the stories that we have on the papers. And our community watch today, we'll be talking about beach cleansing exercises as well as just marine in general. So we'll be joined by Mohamed Haidara, coordinator Gambia Oceanic Heroes. And on social issues, we'll be talking about entrepreneurship today. We'll be joined by officials from the Startup Incubator to talk about the Youth Entrepreneurship Summit coming up this week. And on sports, we have Mamadou Gajaga. He'll be giving us updates in relation to what is happening in the world of sports. And of course, the Click segment, we'll be joined by Skengman Sweezy Buba Fati. So what is our African proverb, Ibrahim?
Well, let me take my coffee.
You need to take your coffee?
I like the mixture. Mariama Sise, thank you very much. The recipe,
anyway, so what is our African proverb?
Where there are many, nothing goes wrong.
Where there are many, nothing goes wrong. Okay, so what does this tell you, you guys? Starting with you, Ibrahim, what does this tell you?
I think today I will go against the proverb.
You will?
Yes.
Okay, he went against a proverb last Thursday, yes, so you're following suit.
I will be going against this proverb today.
Okay.
Yes. I think where there are many, all of them, I understand. But at some point, a united minority is better than a divided majority.
Okay.
At times there are situations whereby you have many people to do the job, but the people that does the job are few. So I think I am not in support of this proverb.
Okay. So
anyway,
it's a two-way because sometimes it's applicable in certain instances. How man understand what I mean? In certain instances, you hamne mbolo lañ dé mëna soxla pour mu mëna work.
Wa moy xana liggéey doole.
Not liggéey doole specifically, sir. Why sometimes sometimes I talk about the duplication of efforts. Wow. You know, our Jame was here the last time talking about the fact that as makeup artists, they decided to come together and build up a platform where they can come up with unified prizes and all of that. That is an instant where coming together is a good thing.
Well, Jenna, I think sometimes people use this just to polish the surface, to make it look good, yes.
Okay.
But at some point, mbolo moy dole, each and every person, you have to make sure you take up your responsibility.
Okay, even team
bundaw.
Okay, let's see what he thinks.
It's fun. I mean, there's pro and contra really with this one, because as both of you have said, giving the examples, there are times when too many people can actually be not a very good thing. But there's also strength in unity if people come together and work for a common purpose. On the other hand, yesterday I was discussing an event that's being organized for next year, and I said to them, you're thinking of having a 15 or 16 member committee to put on this event, narrow it down to 5 or 6. I said, because it's better to have 5 or 6 committed people than 16 people who probably don't know what their roles are. So it's it can work sometimes, but there's the phrase that the British use: many hands make light work.
Exactly.
If many people get together
to work, but when it comes to
it lessens the burden on individuals.
Like this takes my mind to bureaucracy. Sometimes there's certain processes that you can do in 5 minutes, but because there are a lot of people who want to have that authority, it takes time, and that is a waste of time. Certain countries have a lot of ministers, a lot of ministers. All of these departments, they turn them into ministries.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that is a waste of time. It's a lot of people, but the work wouldn't be done. A lot of corruption, waste of resources and all of that.
Well,
so
I
it's
have
a two-way
seen
thing.
instances where a particular company have to drop all their employees and retain only few because they said it's useless to have a lot of them without being effective.
Yeah.
So
And a perfect example is QTV. We're a very small team.
Yeah.
QTV is very small, bringing it down to our newsroom. It is very, very small, but every single day we put out news that people appreciate outside. It's a very small team, but at least we're working towards giving you all the information that you need on a daily basis. So for me, I don't believe in a lot of people, to be honest, but
sometimes it's a problem. For me, I think a lot of people, they are very important in the sense that if you're doing a very heavy work or something, let them help you carry it or something, you know. But I mean, sometimes these things don't work.
Yeah, and a lot of people, again, has to do with avoiding the duplication of efforts, whereby there's a project and there are a lot of funds and people just want to try to implement it differently. Coming together in those instances is a good thing, but not all the time. But anyway.
If we were trying to lift this table, the three of us, we would struggle.
Exactly.
But if there were 10 of us, we do it in
exactly. So
second.
it's a two-way thing anyway. But yeah, so that is our African proverb today. Where there are many, nothing goes wrong. But we are saying that it's a two-way thing. So we will now go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, we will head right on to the newspaper review. Do stay tuned.
For the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply. The best product in town is back. QCell's MiFi router. Get the best MiFi in the country for just $2,800 and connect up to 15 users with 4G internet speeds and a long-lasting battery life. So rush now to any of our customer care locations and get the best for less while stocks last. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Boss, the Gambia's quality network. We innovate, others follow. Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy QPower to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell QPower code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
QPower, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back, viewers, from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. We just dealt with our African proverb. If you missed it, it was where there are many, nothing goes wrong. But
Mbolo moy dole.
Mbolo moy dole. But we are also sending some love to all of the individuals following us on social media. We get a lot of messages from Germany, Manchester, you know, England.
The Philippines.
Philippines.
Not
You know, from the
forgetting our
Philippines.
Sierra
Thank you
Leone,
so much.
our Sierra Leone massives.
All of these
Mr. Yafa is out there in Sierra Leone.
Yes,
Freetown.
and they're sending us love here. So thank you so much for following us on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Thank you. And One Stop Water Solution is part of our partners for all of your water filters, for all of your tanks, for all your dispensers. Just visit them right there along the Sukuta Highway and you know, get to window shop or shop, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what is on fire? We are heading right on to the newspaper review now.
Minister Tangara says diaspora contributes 48% to GDP. The pandemic has dismissed 2021 revenue. Finance Minister Halifa Sallah PDOIS. I wish their editors can take note next time. Instead of PDOIS, it is PDIOS.
Okay, ooh, that's not a good one.
PDOIS administration to strengthen private sector. And of course, OIC 5-star hotel, 17 architect engineers visit site location.
Okay.
Usman Silla says, boosting productive base key to leaving budget deficit. That's what we have.
That's also moving on the Standard. We have battle hardened now to be 3-lane dual carriage. And also we have 3 more people die from Bilal boarding school fire. That is very, very unfortunate. 3 now added to the number.
So it's now 9.
It's now 9 students. Wow, that's may their souls rest in perfect peace. And 5,000 home Tough City project launched. And we also have lawyer tells new APRC executive to call Congress to make them legit. And Jammeh speaks to supporters again. And 127 Gambians evacuated from Libya. And landmine kills 6 near Casamance-Gambia border. That's all we have on the Standard, starting today with something that we've discussed so much, which is that Minister Tangara says diaspora contributes 48% to GDP, and he made these remarks while they were launching their diaspora website and the portal. Yeah. So what is the importance of really structuring remittances? This is something that we've talked about. This is a suggestion that you've given us about 3 to 4 times on this program whenever we talk about remittances. And finally, they're taking that direction.
They're taking the direction, and the portal, there's a portal and a website.
Yeah.
And so it would include things like skill sharing, include things like job advertisements, and it's important because, as he rightly says, you know, diaspora contributes a lot. Again, we've mentioned this figure time and time again. Yeah. When figures and the remittances were meant to go down, they went up. You know, $588 million in 1 year, sent through formal means, when we all know that people send money informally as well. So they're important, but you're right. It's about structuring the contribution of the diaspora. Because the diaspora have been screaming for a long time. You know, we send money back now, 48% contribution to GDP. They also want to have the vote. Yeah. How do you give somebody the vote? You know, if I am a Gambian and I'm now living in Sweden, Denmark, or Norway, you know, which constituency do I vote in if it's a parliamentary election? Which constituency do I register under? Is it where I was born, etc.? So it's a struggle. Some countries have been doing it for many, many years. In America, Americans who are outside can still vote in their elections, done electronically. It used to be a postal vote. They'd post it, you know, weeks in advance, but now they can do it electronically. Okay. So eventually, I guess we will work out some way of doing that. Now, to get back to your question about structuring, we did something similar in Sierra Leone. And
yes, I was about to ask, because I was about to ask in relation to like lessons that we can learn from other countries that are using the same system.
Yeah, and in Sierra Leone, people contributed their skills. We got people to volunteer to go back, but also we encourage people that, look, if normally you send, for argument's sake, £10 to your parents or your uncle and aunt and say, you know, use this to pay your rent or whatever, send £15 and say to them, please use the extra £5, put it in a savings account, and start a shop, start a small business, or put it towards a business. And that way, you know, because really when we talk about Africa and we talk about aid and we talk about poverty, the only thing that's going to change it is job creation. It's not these international bodies and countries giving us aid. It's about us actually encouraging entrepreneurship, encouraging people to start businesses, and those businesses then employ people. Yeah. That's the only way we're going to get rid of poverty. It's not by people giving us handouts. And so that's really what the diaspora should try and encourage. And it's not going to be easy.
I also quote the minister saying Gambia is among the 15 countries with educated migrants.
Yes. If you look at many international organizations, given Gambia's small size, there are a lot of Gambians in very, very significant positions in those countries. For me, it's in those countries and those organizations. The thing that I find disheartening since I came here is, and there's no way to be kind of nice about this, I've not been impressed with the education system here. It has a lot to do. You see the people who come through the school system and even end up in university. We are failing our children. We're not preparing them for the world, and that's what we should be doing. And that's why I was encouraged when you had the Q Foundation do this scholarship for STEM.
Yeah,
that is an area that people should be going in if we are serious about a country, about moving forward. And I've got nothing against lawyers or accountants and so on, but we need engineers more than we need lawyers and accountants, really.
Anyway, that's a debate for another day.
I'm not even sure it's a debate.
It's not a debate, it's a fact, right? An established one for that matter. Anyway, let's take a look at the budget. Here we have Usman Sila says, boosting productive base, key to leveling budget deficit. So what productive base do you think we can use to actually level the budget deficit?
You can go across the board. When you look at statistics, generally people say 70% of Gambians involved in agriculture. What are we producing? Okay, we produce groundnuts, and yet I go into a shop and I buy imported peanut butter. We should be processing it here, packaging it, bottling it, and selling it outside, not just sending the raw product outside in tons and tons. That's really what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
So,
So that is the budget there. Usman Sila trying to say that boosting the productive base is key to leveling budget deficit. You always talk about the fact that you're going back to the land.
Exactly.
But I've not seen pictures or evidence that you're going back to the land.
Sometimes it's important. It takes a lot for you to go back to the land.
Yeah.
I think there should be certain things in place to make it very easy for you to go. At least it should be. We have to practice mechanized farming.
Okay.
Which is important, which is key.
It's key because really the world is moving that way. I think one of the reasons why there's not been a big push is that if you mechanize things, it means lots of people then are not employed.
Yeah.
But if it's still manual, then you can, if I have a machine that can do the work of 10 people, then why do I need 10 people?
Yeah.
I need just one person to operate it, and then that means 9 people are unemployed.
Yeah.
Do I have something for them to do? And that's why in many countries there's not been a big push because it employs so many people. And if you mechanize everything, those people are disenfranchised in terms of
and the last time I had a conversation with ActionAid in relation to this mechanization, and they talked about the fact that even if they want to do it or they have the money to do it and give it to farmers, they can't maintain these things at the end of the day. So it's better.
That's the main problem.
The maintenance and the spare parts and all of that, it's not available here.
You go around the country, beg your pardon, there are tractors that were donated 10, 15, 20 years ago.
And they're there.
And they're gathering dust and rust. Because nobody's maintained them. There's been no structure to actually maintain and for their upkeep, and that's not good. So
at the end of the day, then you might have to stay where you are and manage with it, which is not a good thing. Anyway.
So back to the land is a good thing.
We're waiting for that. So here we have 5,000 home Taft City project launched. The Taft City project was launched, and the occasion was graced by President Adama Barrow. Good one for Taft Africa Global.
It's huge. If you look at the figures that are being quoted, and we wait and see whether this will be delivered, 5,000 homes.
Yeah.
It will be a city bigger than Banjul in scope and in population. The claim is also that they will employ directly 60,000 people and indirectly 25,000 people. So 85,000 people could potentially be employed. That's huge. That will take up a huge chunk of people who are currently unemployed and give them work. I thought it was ambitious when they talked about a 2-year project.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge project. 2 years is, if it happens in 2 years, I will be, I'll be knocked out. It'll be great if it can happen. It'll be wonderful. But also, it's not just another city. It's meant to be a smart city, by which you mean things are interconnected using internet and Wi-Fi and so on. They have them in South Korea. They're quite common now. In fact, in South Korea, every house built now has 5G. standard. It's routine. You know, so going forward, you know, I guess initially it will be 4G, eventually 5G. Everything will be interconnected. You want to get, you know, find out about something, you just tap on a pad similar to the ones my colleagues have got here. So it's a smart city as well as another city, and
looking forward to the outcome anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes,
it's
looking
huge.
forward.
It's huge potential.
Yes.
Yeah.
So moving on, lawyer tells new APRC executive to call Congress to make them legit.
Yes, I mean, it's what we've been saying, because, you know, just Yahya Jammeh issuing an edict and say, I sack you and I appoint you, doesn't work like that. Even the party's own constitution does not allow that.
But how can they call a Congress when there's no time to call a Congress yet at this point in time?
And when
can that happen?
And when there's division as well, you know, who calls the Congress? Because for the Congress to be called, it has to be the current
leadership,
and they're not keen. They won't be keen on calling a Congress, because if a Congress happens and they are unseated, then that's it.
There's no Congress anyway,
and so it's not going to happen.
I think something is wrong somewhere. It's not straight. I mean, I think something is wrong somewhere.
There's a division.
Yeah.
And again, you know, I don't know if you're going
because
to that
I'm
story.
seeing on the paper again, Jammeh speaks to supporters
again. Yeah.
I was going to come to that because he's issued another one of these audios. And I think there must be two Gambias. There's the one Jammeh was living in and the one everybody else was living in.
Yeah.
Because he says in that audio that he left a brilliant education and health system. That is rubbish. I'm sorry.
Nonsense.
Absolute nonsense. I'm sorry. You know, what? You left a brilliant education system and a health system? Which Gambia is he talking about? You know, the fact that this government has had to give ambulances to places that have never had them before. You think if they had they would have had to do that?
We've been here the 22 years of
and you know what's funny? He is able to send WhatsApp audios now in Adama Barrow's regime, you know, things that he deprived us from at some point. The internet wasn't working when we were approaching elections during his time.
We have to use what we call
VPN or something
to bypass,
you know?
and
so life is really, you know, it can be funny sometimes. Now he's enjoying privileges that he did not allow other people to enjoy.
It's the way of these things. And also I think what goes to the root of it is that he misses being in power, misses being in control, which is, you know, the fact that he thinks he can sack people and appoint others. That's all part of it. And yes, I mean, he's you know, and it shows you the nation, the way the nation is moving forward, is that yes, he can issue these audios. Nobody's going to stop him or his supporters hearing them. Let him carry on. You know, it's for them to decide. You know.
Yeah, but at least we know the law.
Yeah.
You know, will take its course at the end of the day.
Well, indeed.
Yeah.
And people will make their own decisions.
Yes. So thank you so much, Adedrami. We have other interesting headlines here, but I'm afraid due to time constraints, we have to let you go. But still sending some love to Bilal Boarding School as 3 more people die from the Bilal Boarding School fire. I'm hoping that this will be investigated, and sending some love to the rest of the children who are at the hospital currently.
Yeah, I mean, myself and Mr. Mboj, we discussed this on, I'll be brief, on Week in Review, and we said, you know, as parents, this is your worst nightmare.
Yes.
You send your children to be looked after by people who are, in fact, in loco parentis. They're standing in place of the parent. And this happens. It could happen even if it was their own parents looking after them. So a great tragedy.
Yeah.
And our condolences to the families.
Yes. So thank you so much, Adedrami, for joining us. Now we're heading right on to our community watch, and we're looking at environmental groups, Eco-Friendly Forum, and Ocean Conservation, Protecting Marine Resources. So 2 organizations, Growing Green Communities and Gambia Ocean Heroes, jointly staged an eco-friendly event which seeks to promote ocean conservation. So let's take a look at that, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Mohammed Haidara, the coordinator of Gambia Ocean Heroes, to take us through the work that they do. Do stay tuned.
Activities in coastal areas, leading to adverse effects on our marine resources like fish. Here is Mohammed Haidara, coordinator of the Gambia Ocean Heroes.
This event is very important because it's about ocean conservation. And if you know Gambia Ocean Hero, we are particularly more concerned about conserving the ocean, especially the Gambian territory. So it helps us whereby we could at least invite school children and also youth and activists come on board to learn about how to conserve the ocean. As if you can see, we are right now having an activity whereby we are teaching the students to know about marine protected area and areas that are not protected, especially in the Gambia here, because area are not protected area. So which shows how overfishing is really affecting the marine species in the ocean.
As part of the event, members of the public were also invited to attend. Some of them, who are students, listened on ways to protect our marine ecosystem. Aissatou Ba, one of the vendors who sells natural handmade products, which are handmade from moringa, says he is elated to be part of the event.
It's all natural.
Preservation of our ocean should be everyone's concern. Marine resources due to pollution and climate change. Momudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Momudu Gajaga there on this particular forum that is set aside to ensure that the things that we do on a daily basis are eco-friendly. And Gambia Ocean Heroes, I must commend your work. You've been doing quite a lot when it comes to making sure that marine life is safe and all of that. And thank you so much for the work that you do. So yes, today you're here to educate us in relation to the work that you do and going down eventually to specifically this particular initiative that you brought about. So just take us through the history of Gambia Ocean Heroes. You know, how did this start?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here, Geneva. Good morning, viewers. Gambia Ocean Heroes started since 2018. I started as a service learning project under the Great Institute, which is a marine research institution in the Gambia here. Because like there was a need for youth to be concerned about the ocean, because that's where most of the youth go and have their leisure time. And there was an impact that is really happening there. I mean, negative impact concerning the ways that are littered there, and secondly, where most of the country have their source of living, and also this main source of our protein, mean fish. So that being in the case, then the initiative, my director, Maya Hushemi, and 4 others, they sat down and formed this Gambia Ocean Heroes. So then in 2019, I became the coordinator. There was a coordinator before me, and now I'm the current coordinator. So when I get involved, and I was tasked to make sure that we see how best we can mobilize more youth and raise more awareness, try to reach out to school and to make sure that they are aware of the impact that are really happening in our coastal end. So GOH, that being in the case, and then we normally embark on 3 activities, because like we feel like we need to get everyone involved. So what we do first was like to collect coastal data. This is a data that we started from Bara up to Katong, which is the 180-kilometer coastline. So what we did is like each community we visit, we'll make sure that we try and quantify the amount of pollutant we could find there. So we have a data record from since 2018 up to 2021 right now. We have all those data, and it's already published in our office, where we kept those records for reference. And then from there, we prepare ourselves toward International Coastal Cleanup Day. If you could recall, in September, the case happened whereby all the coastal committee came out, almost 12 coastal committee came out, and we joined effort to make sure that we strategize everything, working with government organizations as well as non-governmental organizations, to make sure that we put our effort together in mitigating the coastal waste that we have in our coastal end. So we do that, and that was amazing. So these are most of our activities though.
That are coming. So Mr. Haidara, rather, as we go, I'm sure some of the activities that you do will come out. So you talked about sensitization, having to go to schools and other places to just talk to people about the need to protect our oceans. So when you talk to the ordinary Gambian about this, what is their perception, you know, in relation to this? Do they take you seriously that you're advocating for, you know, clean beaches and all of that? What is their perception generally?
Actually, at first it was really challenging, because for most of them, they could not believe like maybe being a university student or going to certain degree, leaving everything, going to the big site, trying to clean the beach with, you know, with vendors and others that are there. So their perception was they didn't understand that there is a need for us to preserve this, because they didn't know that's where they have, some people have their earning, that's where some people have their main source of protein, as I say earlier, because it's all about raising awareness. So what we did was like to let them understand this logically. Because we told them here in the Gambia, what is our main source of protein? Everyone was like, okay, fish. So now we are like, do you want one day we wake up and go to the fish, to the ocean or to our rivers and realize that there is no fish, but what we could find there is only trash? Do we all want? They were like, no, we don't want that. So therefore, then what can we do? So that's how we try to engage them, that we have to invest more into ocean conservation. Because if you know the Gambia, while we are known for the smiling coast, it's because of the beautiful river Gambia and our coastal area. So that being the case, and imagine the Gambia here, we don't even have marine scientists in this country. We have only few. So imagine, as if like a country that have oil, instead of people going to study oil, people are going to study something different.
Okay.
So, it's
you're saying that more young people should draw their attention to that area.
Exactly, because this is our main resource. This is what we have. So, but guess what? We don't have people that are, you know, making best use of this wonderful resources that we have here. But people are tending to adventure into something else that we don't even have here. So this was the idea that we tried to brought up with them, and then to make sure that they get involved.
That adventure is more lucrative?
Yeah, for me, I think this is more lucrative because like it's something that you already have here. It's a matter of you developing your capacity and know how to harvest it. But like other adventure that might require you to go up to foreign country, develop a lot of expensive and all the other stuff. Before you, and imagine after doing that, you cannot only, maybe that might not even fit here. It might be feasible in this country. So so it's more easier than you adventure into something that you already have and make good impact of that.
Okay, apart from sensitizing the public and making sure they are aware of the dangers of littering the beach, what other approach do you use? Because still people are littering.
Yeah, definitely.
The beach side. Because I think last month I was at Halahin around Tanje. I've seen people cleaning that area. So which means people are still littering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely, that is a big concern. But but improvement is also going on, because we launch. If you visit along where we have like either the tourist area, because we believe that's where we have most picnickers visit. So we launch a very beautiful, colorful bin that have like 4 colors. To orient people based on waste segregation, because collecting the waste is different, but to segregate the waste is another thing. It's about orienting people, because if you compile all the waste, at the end of the day, it might have no use. But imagine if you segregate the plastic, metal, paper, and organic waste, you are creating job opportunity, you are attracting people to come. If I am a plastic company, I need the plastic waste, then someone can be having it from there. If I'm a farmer, I need an organic waste, someone can have it from there. If I'm someone that make on this aluminum and other stuff, I need the metal can, I can have it from there. So this is the orientation that we try to put into people, and we did that. We have so far, we launched 4 bin, and we are about to launch 7 in total, which was supported by the Turkish Banyul here, Tika Banyul. They funded that project, and it's on the ground.
So, Mr. Haidara, moving on, let's talk about mangroves.
Yeah.
I don't know if part of the work that you do, mangroves, is included.
Yeah.
Because I visited Kenya sometime in 2019, and I see how one of their areas is like a mangrove restoration project where they're selling mangrove carbon credits.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to your, what's the name again?
My director, Maya.
Your director, Maya.
Yeah.
I spoke to her about it, and she told me it's a project that you're looking at, but it's very difficult to implement. So how far have you gone in relation to that?
Definitely, as I say, Great Institute is a parent body that we have different projects. We have Gambia Ocean Heroes, PhD, GEMS, and others. So they have a project called Wakam, where they normally go and monitor the mangrove area, especially in the Tambi wetland. So what they do is like to analyze which kind of mangrove do we have, what kind of mangrove species do we have here. So far, they have analyzed most of them, but you know, mangrove, they have different quality. Others are so most of them can be so much to salt intrusive. Some have, like, it depends on the capacity that they have. Especially, we believe that black mangrove have the highest capacity to hold salt. So that's why if you realize some of these riverbank, we realize there are mangrove dieback, meaning mangrove that are already dying. It's due to the mangrove that are planted close to the ocean or too close to the river. I mean, those ones, they don't have the capacity to hold the kind of salt there. but they need to be drawback. So in essence, going back to the mangrove business that we are talking about, this is very something that the entire world is looking up to. And if you know the Gambia, recently NASA did an amazing picture of the Gambia, and they could the only thing that they could see was like the mangrove area. If you realize the Tambi wetland, all starting from Banjul, all this way to Bakau, is all filled of mangrove. But what are our government doing to make sure that we harvest these kind of things and make business out of it? So that's where the Wakam project come on board. They are trying to monitor so far. They are still now monitoring, but as time goes on, they believe like to have a very good collaboration with the government to make sure that they could have a mangrove business for this.
Yeah, because in Kenya it's actually working for them.
Yeah, definitely.
And when they sell these mangrove carbon credits,
definitely,
they actually use it to pay school fees for children in the community and just, you know, try to bring about community projects.
Definitely.
But I know it's really hard to implement.
Definitely.
When I speak with them, they were like, it's really, really hard to implement this because you have to measure the height of the mangroves and all of that, all of the things that you mentioned in relation to soil absorption and all of that. So it comes with a lot of things.
Can't we have people here who can do that? Maybe the measurement, the type of mangroves that can be planted along the bank and all that.
Of course. We already started that. The GEMS project, which is Gambia Environmental Monitoring System, started. We launched it January, and it's already been on the ground. We have it running all over the most communities that are along the River Gambia, starting from Banjul up to Basse. So we even partner with some of the most amazing CBSO, community-based organization, that is Sintet and the other one, CAPE. So they did amazing work along the River Gambia bank because they plant a lot of mangrove, but they didn't have the capacity to be monitoring those things. So what the GEMS did was like to train them how to quantify the mangrove. Because as you say, it's very difficult because you need to take the measuring tape to measure the height. You need to have another, like, a lot of devices are required. And then it requires a lot of calculation as well. After doing all this data recall, you need to calculate it so that you can have your amount of carbon sequence that it could absorb. So imagine how many mangrove do we have? You have to go each by single mangrove by single mangrove.
Yeah, mangrove is not a small boy.
Yeah,
exactly.
but as long as it's done in another country, I don't see a reason why it can't be implemented.
No, it can be implemented, but like, you know, in the Western world, what they do is like now they use drone. The drone will just take a whole area and then it will quantify that area. We wish we could reach to that level. I think we are also working to that level so that it could help us quantify the entire mangrove area.
So yeah, I mean, drones are used now in the country.
Even
with the NDMA, they are now, I don't know how far, I can't speak on their behalf, but I know they brought in drones to actually measure when it comes to disasters and all of that.
Ibrahim. Let's go back to beach cleaning. I understand that cleaning the beach is something very important when it comes to tourism. And is there any point that you're working with GT board to make sure it happens? Because I understand to GT board they have their rule. Whenever you want to use the beach, you need to pay an amount of money.
Yeah. So Gambia Ocean Hero, all that we have been doing, we normally collaborate with GT board because they are one of our key partners, and we have been doing a lot of activity with them because they always support our activity, definitely. So what we do is like, if you go even the bin that we launch, we have GT board logo on it. That shows how collaborated with GT board and the Gambia government. So GT board, we normally complement their work because it is their responsibility, but we complement their work because for us the big side is not only about the tourists. It's about we protecting our own marine species. As if you know, like I say earlier, like we have people that rely on this for their own livelihood and they rely on this for their own main source of protein. So the tourist sector, if we believe that that's the only side that is affected, then what will happen then to other coastal communities that where we normally have our fish, especially Tangi and others? Imagine, like even the Gambia, during our GEMS trip launching, we realized that even up country, it's really challenging for them to have fresh fish. You know, the fish have to be, you know, stored, safe, and imagine, we have a beautiful river.
And that's true.
So which is really challenging. So we are all trying to figure out ways to see not only to have fish landing site along the coastal area, but as well as even the river side. Those are also considered as coastal area, but fishing activity are not happening in those areas. Because like if you understand the River Gambia, it is full of nutrition. So due to that, you know, a lot of algae and other stuff, so it does not allow a lot of marine species to survive on those areas. So we are still trying to figure out a way to see how best we can unfold those kind of things from happening, because it is very detrimental. If we allow that, then the more it degrades, imagine, Right now, we are faced by overfishing, and our focus is only in the coastal area. And most of our fishermen are just small canoes, not these big trawlers and others that are fishing for Gambians, I mean. So now, what will be the case now if one day all those small canoes cannot reach certain nanometers in the ocean? What will be the repercussion as a country?
Yeah, that will be bad.
So that's why we are trying to see how. That's why this country really needs to embark on research. We really need to embark on research.
So talking about research, you talked about the fact that most young people do not want to study something related to marine, and it's the resource that we have. Are you planning to, in any way, you know, study this?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I already make up my mind. I'm a biology major at the University of the Gambia in my final year. That is my my mentor keep on inspiring me to go, because herself is a marine scientist, and I want to be like her, Maya Hushemital.
Okay,
she is the lady that I always look up to.
All right. So thank you so much, Mohammed Haidara, for joining us. And please continue the advocacy. I see all the tags on Twitter and all of that. Keep on tagging.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for the work that you do. So we will now go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, we'll be joined by officials of Startup Incubator as they're planning to stage their YES Summit, which is the Youth Entrepreneurship Summit. Ibrahim, I think this summit, you know, was staged like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and now it's coming back for the second time. Looking forward to what they have to offer and some of the impact that that particular summit has registered at a time. So we'll go for a short break, and when they come here, they will get to answer those questions for us too. Stay tuned.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Right time, right place, right price. Promote your product, business, and brand to millions of viewers nationwide or across the globe. Call QTV Marketing on 32-44444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm for all your advertisement needs. QTV Gambia, right place.
Is back. QCell's MiFi router. Get the best MiFi in the country for just $2,800 and connect up to 15 users with 4G internet speeds and a long-lasting battery life. So rush now to any of our customer care locations and get the best for less while stocks last. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Boss, the Gambia's quality network. We innovate, others follow.
Your favorite mobile service has done it again. Now you can buy cash power with your Q Money account free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. For free. Nothing is cheaper than free. So start buying your cash power from the comfort of your homes with unbeatable services Q Money has to offer. With Q Money, life is easy. Visit your nearest Q Money agent to cash in or call customer care on 133 for more information. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap after handling cash. Stay home, stay clean, stay safe. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow.
Novelas no gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet ci ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaar ba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex Almadina boo ko pompee xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex
ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I'm your host, Jennifer Sonko, joined by my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Balde.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the Gambia Oceans Heroes, and we were joined by Mohammed Haidara, coordinator. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. And don't forget that One Stop Water Solution is part of our partners for all your water filters.
All your water filters.
For all your tanks, for all your dispensers, head right onto Sukuta Highway and get anything from there, window shop or shop. Can you them shop, yo?
Very soon.
Very soon.
So you're them halahim.
So now we're on social issues, and we are joined by officials from the Startup Incubator. Like I mentioned, they are organizing their Yes Summit. I was just telling Ibrahim that was one of my first real coverages on QTV. And we're joined by Mohammed Danso, who's the program coordinator. Thank you so much for joining us, as well as Sally Diba, business support coordinator. Thank you so much for joining us. So Mohammed, you were there at a time that this particular, summit was organized. I know Sally probably. You were in, right? Yes. So I'll start with Mohammed. So just, I know it's been all over the place in relation to what the summit is about, but I just feel like you should tell us again, because it's been 4 years since the summit was organized. And also, part of telling us why the summit, I want to know why you had to wait for 4 years to actually come with a second edition, because 4 years is a lot. So is this a, are you looking at every 4 years to stage the event, or you had constraints?
No, so thank you so much, Yanaba, for having us here. So basically, we started the summit in 2016, and we had another edition in 2018.
You did?
Yeah. So
didn't see that.
Really?
Yes.
We had another edition in 2018, and it also lasts for 2 days. And in fact, what is really amazing about the 2018 summit is we had very good recommendations from the summit, because when we organize our summits, we don't just want to come, eat, drink, and go home. We want to make sure, we want to make sure at the end of the summit we have recommendations that we can actually share with the government, or also with other stakeholders that are related to what we do. And that summit was actually funded by the Youth Empowerment Project, where we partnered with them. And we had about 400 delegates in that summit. And one of the key recommendations from that summit was to see how best we can work with the government to develop entrepreneurship education in the school curriculum. And I am happy to say some time ago, some officials from the incubator and other entrepreneurship ecosystem partners have worked with MOPSI to actually develop a curriculum. I wouldn't be able to say at what stage is the curriculum right now, but I can say this was like one of the recommendations that we had in the summit, and to see at least something tangible is being done towards that recommendation is great. So here we are now, 2021. We have another edition of the summit. You did ask whether we have some constraints here and there. Yes, we do have constraints. It's important to note that Startup Incubator is a social enterprise, and being a social enterprise, we have never received support from government directly. However, we work with development partners. We have to pay for our own bills. We have to pay for all our operations, and at the same time, try to make sure we are there for these entrepreneurs. This is 2021, and our team is actually looking at private sector participation in good governance.
Okay, so we'll just allow Sally to delve into that. Why the need for that team? Why the need to have private sector participation in relation to ensuring good governance?
Okay, thank you so much, Jennifer. So during the past debate that was hosted, one of the debatee makes comments saying that private sectors have reached their peak and they cannot go further. So this was something that lot of youth questions, whether it's true or not. So we at the incubator thought about, okay, why not bring in people from the private sector, people from the government, people from the NGOs to talk about whether this statement that was made is actually true or not true. So that was the reason that triggers the idea of private sector participation in good governance. So that will be the theme for the summit. But then the summit will be in two sectors. So there will be discussion centered around private sector participation in good governance, and there will be discussion centered around minding the gap. So when I said minding the gap, we are looking at rural-urban divide. We are looking at strengthening gender inequalities. We are looking.
I'm talking about gender. We have two genders.
So we are always talking about gender.
I love this.
Apparently, in startup incubator, we have more female than
me.
And that is a good thing, you know.
Isn't it good? It's not bad.
No, it's working now.
So let me female.
It's working now.
So we have about 6 female against 2 men.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's good.
So that was what triggers the idea for the summit.
Yeah.
And I think as young people, as youth, and as entrepreneurs, both public and private sectors, we want to come and talk about what are the interrelationships between private and public sectors.
Okay.
How can private sector participate in good governance, as well as how can public, because we know public sectors are those that help private sector to actually give them the conducive environment to operate.
Sure.
So without them, the private sector cannot operate. So we in the summit, we are not bringing just private sectors. We are targeting public officials to be present in the summit.
Okay.
We are targeting youth entrepreneurs to be present in we are targeting all other youths that are within the government, and they are playing key roles in making sure their voice is heard.
Sure.
So they will be present during the summit.
Okay, let's talk about the importance of this coming summit. What are entrepreneurs going to learn from this summit, and how will this benefit them? How will it enhance their businesses?
Yeah, so far, you will agree with me that the private sector contributes immensely when it comes to economic development, when it comes to job creation. And just to shed a light on what Sally just mentioned, that probably this particular speaker did mention that the private sector has its peak, that it cannot grow, but in what context that we don't know.
Okay.
So this is a platform for us to really understand in what context. For example, if you say the farmer in my village in Kau do not have enough capacity to produce more raw material for that big company that employs more people. Now we will understand that there is a gap. Now what can we do? So that is why, in fact, we are actually bringing young people as far as Fatoto.
Okay.
Our team have gone to all the regions and had consultation with regional authorities and regional youth councils to ensure that we have equal participation. Now when we are in the summit, the benefit that they're going to have is to understand really how can we work together as a people, how can we work together, be it a private sector or be in a public sector, but also they'll be able to understand the role that the private sector plays in national development and what are the gaps and what can we do to make sure we fill in those gaps to ensure that we have a more harmonized private and public sector partnership.
Well, don't you think it's not just a matter of organizing the summit, but also making sure all this knowledge gained is being implemented? Because
so
there are many summits that happen here. There are many youth summits. At the end of the time, if they go home, they relax.
Yeah, so to connect to that, let's talk about the impact that the 2 previous summits have registered. What tangible impact can you tell us?
Yeah, so basically, when you look at the way we organize our summits, we organize it in such a way that we don't just have speaker events where speakers just come and talk and go. No, we also ensure we have breakout sessions. I remember from the last summit we had about 4 breakout sessions. We had breakout sessions in inclusive growth, in IT, in other sectors. Now, young people that are interested in each of those sectors were grouped, and we have a facilitator that was actually taking them through what are the opportunities in those sectors, how can they navigate the challenges in those sectors. And we've seen a lot of young people after that summit that actually came to the office and said, you know what, I have gone through your summit and now here I am, I want to get into business. We have a very good number of them that have actually, through the summit, they were able to start their businesses, and today they have very good businesses wherein they were able to employ other people.
Okay. So Mohammed, if I came to your office with a camera, will you be able to take me on a tour of these specific young people, just so we hold you accountable for what you're telling us is true?
Sure.
And you know what he said this morning?
No, sure.
You know better. So yeah, so we've been all over, and this is what we've been doing for the past 5 years. And it's important that to note this, that any platform I go to, I always feel proud to say this, that the incubator was supposed to be a 1-year project funded by the US Embassy to support 20 youths in 1 year. But today we are 5 years old, and we've supported over 1,600 young people. And not just supporting them, providing them with trainings and go. We provide them with mentorship, we provide them with coaching. And I can confidently tell you that most of these young people are still in business, not just in business, but they're able to employ other young people. So if you wish, I will gladly go with you to visit this entrepreneurs.
I'm just teasing you.
You said the first summit was in 2016 or 17?
2016.
16.
Yeah.
Then 2018, another one.
Yeah.
What happened 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021?
Please don't tell me COVID-19.
No. So we don't use COVID as an excuse. So we have resource constraints. Like I said, we are a social enterprise, and our income relies hugely on working with other development partners like the Youth Empowerment Project, like the GIZ TKP programs, the NEMA project. So these are the people we work with, the U.S. Embassy as well, and they've been very supportive. So the reason why we're not able to do the summit consistently was because we are resource constrained. And what we do is not actually just for the incubator, it's for the country. That is why we always try to knock on the doors of the government and all the development partners that we think can actually support what we do. Because, for example, let's say at the incubator, if we have an entrepreneur that we train, and today that entrepreneur has employed more than 10, 15 employees. Now, that alone shows the impact that we do.
Yes. So due to time constraints, I'm afraid we might have to let you go. But Sally, what should we expect finally in just a few seconds?
I think at the end of the summit, we're coming up with policies. So because we will have repertoires during the summit, that we're taking down notes during whatever happened, what are some of the solutions and recommendations that are given by young people together with the private, public, and non-governmental institutions are present. So we will come up with policies that will be that will be given to all stakeholders in the country. This includes the government, the private sectors, the NGOs that we think can actually change the status quo with the way the country is going and the way we can actually improve on the economic development.
Thank you so much, Sally and Mohammed, for joining us on the platform, and wishing you good luck when it comes to the summit. I can remember the first one I attended was very, very good, Ibrahim.
And we'll attend this time.
We will?
Yes.
We haven't received an invitation yet.
An invitation is already delivered. Yeah, it's already been delivered.
27, 28.
Okay, that's fine. We will try to come and support, you know.
Yeah.
And the fact that during the summit they have some of these businesses outside, you know, having like a display of their products and all of that. So good luck, Mohammed and Sally. Thank you so much for joining us. So now we will go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Mamadou Gajaga to take us through what is happening in the world of sports. Please, Mamadou Gajaga, when you come here, don't talk about Manchester, and because I can't handle, you know, I can't deal with that. So when you come, let's just put Manchester aside for now. But we will be joined by Mamadou Gajaga very, very soon. Do stay tuned.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
to build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your Cash Power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
with ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Your favorite mobile service has done it again. Now you can buy Cash Power with your QMoney account free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. For free. Nothing is cheaper than free. So start buying your Cash Power from the comfort of your homes with unbeatable services QMoney has to offer. With QMoney, life is easy. Visit your nearest QMoney agent to cash in or call customer care on 133 for more information. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap after handling cash. Stay home, stay clean, stay safe. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow.
The best product in town is back. QCell's MiFi router. Get the best MiFi in the country for just $2,800 and connect up to 15 users with 4G internet speeds and a long-lasting battery life. So rush now to any of our customer care locations and get the best for less while stocks last. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Boss, the Gambia's quality network. We innovate, others follow.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I'm here with my amazing co-host Ibrahim Abalde.
We are here.
We are here. So we're joined by our colleague Mamadou Gajaga. Why Manchester? Put aside, wala.
foog naa soo defee loolu daal mooy gën because xam nga foofu dafa bari ay issues daal yéen tegee boobu boor. Well, in sports, we are going to talk about deaf football because the Gambian national deaf football team has gone into camp and they are preparing to host the West Africa Deaf Football Competition, which is going to be held here in the Gambia and at the Independence Stadium, to be precise. The first match is going to get on tomorrow, but first I visited them at their camp on Friday, and let's listen to the report. There is excitement in the Gambian national deaf football team camp as they get ready to open their campaign in the ECOWAS Deaf Football Tournament on Monday at the Independence Stadium. These players say they are in high spirits ahead of the tournament. One thing is noticeable in their camp: there is unity and a strong sense of national pride. The team captain, Masane Sumare, says they are in an upbeat mood and ready to defend the national colors of the Gambia. We used a sign language interpreter's voice to voice over his answers.
With full hope, Gambia will win this tournament. Yes, because we want the cup to stay in the Gambia here. Because it's our opportunity to host it. It's also our opportunity to win this game. So we've been training for several months, and we want to make sure that the trophy stays here.
8 countries confirmed their participation in the tournament, but many are finding it difficult to travel due to lack of support from their governments. However, Liberia and Guinea have arrived, while Sierra Leone are expected to arrive soon. Lamin Cisse, president of the Gambia Deaf Sports Association, made this confirmation. We used his own voice through help of an interpreter.
We have been preparing for this tournament since 4 months ago, but we started with the ministry since the month of April. So things continue like this. Our deaf footballers, they have been on training at the field for more than 4 months. Now I have confidence on the Scorpion that they will do their best at the tournament.
Musa Koli, coach of the Gambia national deaf football team, says he is hopeful that his boys will win the tournament. He added that for over 4 months, they went through a lot of physical and tactical training to prepare the team.
The Gambia Deaf Football Club has been training for 4 months now, and we have a lot of experience, and I have put in a lot of technical advice in the area of football for them. In the morning from 8 a.m. we go to the football field to practice. In the afternoon at 3 p.m. we also go to the football field. So daily we have training twice a day.
The Gambia national deaf football team won the bronze medal in the same competition in 2019 in Mali. With their level of preparedness, passion and enthusiasm, these players might bring the much-needed flair to set the tournament alight on home soil. Yes, exactly. That's deaf football for you, and the competitions get going tomorrow at the Independence Stadium. And it is Gambia who are playing against Liberia in that first game. And in the second game, Guinea will play against Sierra Leone. Well, we've earlier on mentioned in the report that Sierra Leone were on their way coming, but now finally they're in the country. So 4 teams, 4 countries will be taking part in the competition, including the Gambia. Initially, it was meant to be 8, but as I mentioned there in the report, some of the national federations or some of the governments of other countries, well, have not fully received support to be able to fund their trip, that is feeding, accommodation, and that sort of thing, to be in the competition. And we move on to our next story, which is going to be women's football. The Gambia women's national team are going to face Sierra Leone for the second time. In the first leg, they defeated Sierra Leone by 2-0. And the return leg is today at the Independence Stadium at 4:30. And we're looking forward to that because in the first game, Gambia won 2-0. Ola Buaro scored the first goal and Rugi Diouf scored the second one. So 2-0 for Gambia. One step ahead in the qualifiers for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. And if they progress from today, they're going to face Cameroon, a big team. They're one of the champions. They're one of the best in African football.
Yeah.
So that's not
they
a kind
say
of draw that you want for a team like the Gambia. The last time it happened, we faced the then African champions, Nigeria. We played at home. They beat us 1-0 here. And then in the away leg in Nigeria, we ended up losing by 6-0. So 7-0 on aggregate. So it's going to be a very tough one to call, but I believe against Sierra Leone, they can complete the job today at Independence Stadium. And finally in sports, let's talk about Gambian international Musa Barrow, who plays his club football for Bologna in the Italian Serie A. He's in phenomenal goal scoring form. He scored his 4th goal in the Italian Serie A, and that game they lost by 4-2 against AC Milan, but he was able to put his name on the score sheet.
All right.
So
is that all?
Yeah.
Are you a Manchester fan?
Yes, I'm a Manchester United fan.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel devastated. I feel very bad. How can I sum it up? It's been a very was
it the coach?
We played against the better team. Yes, you could blame the coach for his tactics and all of those things, but at the end of the day, Liverpool were far better than Manchester United.
Really?
And deservedly, they won 5-0. I couldn't imagine if Sadio Mane had played. Maybe the coach did a good job by putting Sadio Mane on the bench. If he had played, maybe they would have beaten Manchester United 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10-0. It's a humiliating defeat. This is not the Manchester United of the 90s. This is not the Manchester United of the early 2000s. So unfortunate.
Why you know Manchester United fans again bari wax ñu ne li baax na ci yeen.
Bari wuñ wax di. Ñun luñ dé wax mooy ne suñ team bi dafa am doole. One.
Okay.
Waaw du léegi de. Léegi moom ku nekk mun naa dóor Manchester.
Da nga cross carpet léegi.
Déedéet duma cross carpet di man am a die-hard Manchester United fan. I've been supporting Man United since 1997.
Wow, thank you so much Mamadou Gajaga for joining us, and take heart.
Yes, definitely. No, I have the spirit of sportsmanship. So I've been like...
So now, thank you so much, Mamadou Gajaga, for joining us. Now, we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Skengman Sweezy, featuring Energy. Energy? Okay, let's see what Energy has in store for us. Let's go for that break.
Check out the all-new Tigo 8 at S-Pass Motors. Call 3522-222 or 353-2222 for more information. Cherry.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
to build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
with ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q-Power and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
to build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
with ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. Now we're heading right onto our click segment and we're joined by Skengman Sweezy Buba Fati. And today you're featuring energy. So I'm expecting a lot of energy.
You're going to have a whole lot of energy today, man. Good morning, viewers. I'm Skengman Sweezy and I'm looking fly today, man. I've always been looking fly, man. Shout out to my brother Kyle Design. He got me looking on fleek, man. My guest in the studio today is Energy. Welcome to the show, bro.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Gambia.
Energy, your name, bro. You should put in the energy in, man.
We're on Corona time, so I have to go low, man.
For real,
You
man.
know what I mean?
Low anthem.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about you, bro, and your music career. When did you start doing music?
I started in 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
The name Energy?
No, I had the name when I was in high school.
Okay, I had your first song that you dropped was for your classmate.
Yeah.
And that song was on fire, man. It's a nice song.
Yeah, we dropped the song talking about our school, St. Augustine. Shout out to everybody that was in St. Augustine.
Yeah, Rector Sapera.
Rector Sapera. And I have a very nice video to you all. I'm sure they're going to play it shortly.
Yeah, for real,
Yeah, man.
Now, let's talk about your album.
Yeah.
It's working. You're about to drop an album, man.
Yeah.
How many songs are in the album?
12 songs. And my album is called RTMD. It means Road to My Destiny.
Road to Your Destiny.
I'm explaining why, like, where I started up to date and the reason why I'm actually doing music.
Okay, how many collabs
I have
are we
about
expecting?
4, probably 5. But right now, we're working on the last song.
Okay, last week you were at Senegal.
Yeah.
Doing a video, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about this video, bro. Because I saw some pictures and videos.
Yeah.
In a good location, man.
Yeah, I was shooting a video. That song was made for my one and only, you know. So, you know.
One and only what?
One and only, you know what I mean? I don't want to say.
No, it's a
you should be
real
open, bro.
okay?
Is it
So
your
it's
mommy?
okay to be open. It's
No,
a real talk.
he's
your mommy.
No, he's gonna get to the
If
point.
I say one and only
Or
on
is it
this,
your sister?
No, he's gonna get to the point.
if I say one and only on this platform, I mean Jay. She's my one
no,
and
you have a
only.
wife.
You know what I don't understand? Why you all on me like that? What have I done, man?
No, nothing, man. We just do real. This song is for who, man?
The song is called, the title is Bulwari. I sang the song for my girl, actually.
Okay, let's have a snippet of the song. Just give us some freestyle of the song.
Okay. Me, I wanna talk to you. Me, I wanna fly with you, my baby. Yeah, my gentle baby. Yeah, my gentle baby. All I want is look at me, smile with me. I till I kiss your lips. Baby girl, just me and you. Me and you.
Wait.
Me, I wanna do it again. Yeah, you make a bad man going insane. Yeah, me, I wanna see you again. I wanna feel you again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, let them talk, make them mock. All I wanna do is love you more. Just be plain and don't be raw. If they talk one place, make it love it. I said, baby, bull worry.
So when should we expect the album, bro?
The album, I don't want to give a date yet because I want to drop singles before, but I'm dropping it next year.
Any other visuals from the album as well?
Yeah, we have about 4 at the moment.
4?
Yeah.
You're working on them right now?
Yeah, I've shot about 3, so we're working on the other one right now.
Any big concert for you? What are you working on next?
I'm having a big concert after my album because it's a big one.
Where is it going to be? Is it going to be at the stadium? Q City?
I don't want to decide yet. I'll let my management team do that.
That's it. We're going for a short break, short music break by Energy featuring Uche and T. When we're back, we continue the interview.
Energy official online. Every day I've been grinding. I pray to God I've been shining. Me and my dog we've been balling out, yeah, yeah. Become the hit for Namuna Killer. 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 Why you hating when all I do is win? Niggas debating, yeah. And I'm on the 18, and I'm cashing all this money. We in the same G. I fuck with the family, yeah. Diamosiata, Balofirita. I got a voice, I got a choice. I'm like Sunita, and I got a juice, baby. Yeah, this ain't Junetta. And my rhymes are deep down in the Perella. Yeah, yeah. Every day I've been grinding. I pray to God I've been shining. Me and my dog we've been balling out, yeah, yeah. Become the hit for Namuna Killer. Become the hit for Namuna Killer. Become the hit for Namuna Killer. Become the hit for Namuna Killer.
We popping, smoking all this loud. Are you ready to take all this smoke? With some young niggas making all this wave. Are you ready to feel all this drip? With some young niggas balling, some niggas be hating.
That's Energy featuring Uche and T, man. I see you guys are forming a team in the Gambia, a unique team for the matter. You got you're part of the team. You got Uche, you got T, and then you have Attack on the team.
Yeah.
Or
Shashi.
For real, bro.
Oh, I don't want to say the other one because it's
we're
not
on TV. You know what I realized on the video? He is cameragenic.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
This is Energy. Obviously, you should expect that.
And then
Energy be face not
no,
as a video.
man, can you like this man?
You know, Kay gave me that name since.
Who? Okay, our PE teacher.
Yeah.
For real, man. I think he was into sport as well.
Yeah, I was one.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you got the Energy name, though.
Oh.
Yeah, for real. Now, let's talk about your team, your newly formed team.
Oshashi.
Exactly. You got 4 legends in the team.
Yeah.
What are you guys working on next, bro? We should know.
We're working on a tour right now, but I don't want to give you guys anything yet because...
No, but this is the morning. We should get to know about it, bro. We should be the first platform to know about the tour.
I'm the youngest in the team, so I don't want to be saying anything.
I don't understand. Let's just talk about it.
We're planning a tour, like a country tour, something really lit. It's called the Oshashi Tour. It's coming up soon.
So are you guys working on an anthem?
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to say anything yet because I'm not supposed to say it.
Bro, we need to know about this, bro.
I'm not supposed to say it.
You're representing the Oshashi here with me.
Yeah, Oshashi gang.
Let's talk about it, man.
Shout out to my brothers, T, Uche, and Attack. You already know my guys.
And don't forget, Attack is working on his album as well. It will be out soon, man. Right. The album is lit for real, man. Now, Energy. Let's have some freestyle from the album you're working on. We just need some songs, freestyle songs from the album.
No problem. Okay, listen to this one. Gambia, listen to this one. When I step in the game, my people thought I was insane, saying bad things about the fame. But I feel good when I sing. Ikonta Mekla, we never gonna make these papers, yeah. You know, I don't fake that, make that. If I owe you, I'ma pay back. I love you all, man.
If I owe you, I'ma pay back. You owe me, man. You should pay me back. You owe me.
All right. So, Energy, what are you looking forward to as a Gambian artist?
I'm looking forward to take Gambian music to the world, like, you know, to the world. I want the world to hear Gambian music and then they should understand Gambia. We can do more than what people think about us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can do better. We can do better, honestly.
One thing I want to ask, would you have beef with other people in the industry? You're part of Osasi as well. What is your relationship like with other Gambian artists?
I'm cool with everyone. If you have a problem with Osasi person, does not mean you have a beef with me.
Exactly.
I'm focused on my grind. Like, I'm all about my music.
I think time is up.
I'm loving this beef thing. I'll start beefing people very soon.
You should. I'm not advising you to beef anybody.
No, I'll start beefing other people.
No,
Thank you so much, Buba.
But before I take a leave of you, man, one more time, link Carl Design for all of your outfit, man. This guy got me tripping today, man. Trust it, bro.
You're flat.
You
are flat today.
You can call him on 386-1724. Call my nigga now and get something like this, man. And trust me, if you need African outfit as well, he got you sorted, man. Trust it, man. Carl Design, you can call him on 386-1724. Boy, Jennifer. But by I'm not looking
nice. Thank you so much, energy, and good luck on your album launching. So I'm afraid that is all we have time for.
Close programming. You don't swing TikTok.
So Fimnani, One Stop Water Solution. Thank you so much for being part of our team. Just head right on to Sukota Highway and get your water filters, your tanks, and everything that you need. And Ibrahima, I think it is important that we mention this every single day. Elections is around the corner.
Absolutely.
December 4th. Yes. We want a very, very peaceful elections.
Exactly.
That is what we're looking forward to.
We are hoping
Gambia Moidas.
Exactly.
You know, we're looking forward to a very peaceful one.
Election bi romba borom dem State House mu tok fa
jeexna tak so politicians if ñoo xeex ñun nañ tok rek xaar leen buñ xeexee bu yàggee sa dañoo joxante loxo. So let's walk towards a very peaceful elections till we come your way tomorrow with an exciting program. Bye for now.
Hadamadin ila nyantolum preji kendomi annun ji senango adabe hadamadun la baluwole kono annun hadamadun ka fengo fengo dundi akono kono ayanda ke ku senango ay ke kuti mi yalo ko ata hadamadun mantora madum One Stop Water Solutions Limited ibe janne Gambia banko kan annun ye filtarole natal mi yalo ko isala jiol kende andi anu isa senen inatale pour ka ji kendo ji senango natale Gambia banko kan jio mi yalo ko atal mantora la annun jio diata ba One Stop Water Solutions Limited ye filtarole natal mi yalo ko alse muna fangano la alla pompol isala jiol tenteng ya senendi coming alla fala nyame naketa pompoti bang abo holo fo nawek la pipe wala a filter sifa o sifa One Stop Solutions ya natalele 10-inch filter set of 3 ya sotalele filter mi yalon ko acidiota aya tenteng natara bankole ba kono fa kenyo wala kankan be bije sa be bon filter fana member ko 12-inch set of 3 filter mi yalon ko acidiota aya dada aya senendi mense beta alla jata kende to fana sotale CTO block carbon filter o fana mu filter mi yalon ko asi chemical o bonnino jiol kono le mense beta alla jata kende filter mi mboko CTO block carbon mensi jiola chemical be bondi akono pour alla jata kende sa hen nim filter sabol be kili clean na pansundoku na wata tankol fana sotale kabirim 500 5000 fokata 10000 liters plumbing fittings fana be mol bulle alsimol tarano sukuta highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala isimol kumandi 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Limited Solutions inatale ka jiko be sonende Gambia banko.
Novelas ni gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet ci ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaaba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex Almadina boko pompe xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas baxuur bi dafa neex grise marine bi ak yëpp a neex
ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex